the catalyst for us getting in the trade is not on the basis of being able to say, I'm right. I'm going to say that again so that way you understand what I'm referring to, because it's easy to hear it and go in one ear out the other. When we start trading, even in demo, more so when you're trading with live funds, you are pursuing the pleasure, the stimuli that comes with being right. That feel-good hormone that gets released. It reminds you that if this was real, you'd made that much money. And you don't want to go into your development with that mindset, because you're pursuing the end result being on the basis of you being right. And if your focus is always about being right and not the process, what are you really doing? You're teaching yourself to adhere to something on the basis of win or fail. And now you've elevated the outcome to a level of critical. It's critical for you to be right, because you won't be prepared mentally to accept the fact that that one didn't work. And every single time I blew an account, it started right then, right at that moment, where I had a trade idea, I put the trade on, it looked good, and then ultimately ran against me on my stop. Okay. When I first was learning, it felt like the weight of the world was coming down on me. It felt like I'm afraid to take the next trade because that one didn't work out for me. And the number one reason why you're fearing to take the next trade after a losing trade is because you're wrestling with the impulsiveness to want to trade with a larger size, and your conscience is telling you, don't do it. And you need to listen to it. Don't. In fact, it's better for you, if you're new, to just completely stop for the day. Give yourself time to process that incorrect trade result. So that way you can desensitize yourself from the pursuit of being right. Because if you're trying to do your trades with the goal in mind that I'm going to be right, it's going to go to my target, it's going to go where I said it was going to go, versus I'm trading this model, I'm trading with this approach, and I'm submitting myself to this very thing here. Nothing else. I'm not bringing anything else into it. I'm not letting anyone else influence my following of this logic. Come hell or high water, whatever the results are, I'm going to log it, and then I'm going to follow that model again when the setup forms it again, whether it be later today or another day. And you will find that you will get to this point where no longer are you pursuing being right, because it's no longer enough. It's not going to be satisfying for you to just be right. You're going to be looking to do what? Be more precise, more accurate, less drawdown, less heat on your trades when you put them on. More confident to hold for not your first scale out profit. Your first profit now would be your typical second partial. That's how you graduate into that point of holding for a full pull. You just can't quit cold turkey and say, okay, I'm not going to do any partials anymore. I'm just going to go straight in and get all my targets. And then what happens is, invariably, you're going to have trades where this is for you, Pat. I watch your streams, and I hear how you wrestle with when you want to put a runner on, and you're met with this, and the way you overcome and get over it and power through it is you don't worry about the result. Okay, when you're live streaming, you're talking about what you endured, and you're amplifying that. And it may be entertaining, it may be for you to discharge it, vent, and you think you're releasing it, but your subconscious is holding on to it. And once that happens and it's anchored to your subconscious, it'll have an impact on your next trade. You'll see the trade, you think, okay, I'm going to hold for that 20 handle run. But what happens is when you get to that first 5 or 10, that little voice inside you says, remember when we held for this the last time? Do you remember what it felt like when it didn't let us get our full target, but we had 19 handles? We didn't get to 20. Right now you have 10. And you're going to be thinking, like a deer in headlights, what do I do? What do I do? Because if I'm wrong by not